Excuse me, sir.
Yes, we're here.
We're not here for coffee.
No, we're not here
We
for
are
a lot of
so not here for coffee.
But
We're here for like the opposite of coffee.
tea?
We want cold, not hot.
Ice?
We want food, not drink. You are
I'm gonna
so
go
lost
out on a
right
limb
now.
and say that ice cream sandwiches is not the opposite of coffee.
It kind of is though.
It's not.
Cold, hot, drink food. It's not the same. It's like 100% not
It's not
the
opposite,
same
that's for
thing.
sure.
How did this happen? I wanted ice cream sandwiches.
It always happens.
The end. That's
then-
all I want is this.
Yeah, but these were on sale.
This is the only thing I want.
This breakfast cereal was on sale.
Yeah.
These were just $1. And then
But there's ice cream right here. Why do you need more ice cream?
I don't even need to give you an extra for that.
So since we're suddenly buying a ridiculous amount of food anyways, we also found this. A Doritos roulette.
Yep.
And
sounds
basically all of the chips are like regular nacho cheese, except every so often there's a super spicy one, and they all look the same.
awesome. Apparently it's very, very hot.
Very, very hot. So you have a chance of burning your mouth off. So Corrado's gonna try
This
that.
sounds great. I like
I'm not.
food that tortures
But,
you. It's
you know.
fantastic. How's the ice cream sandwich?
Way better than coffee.
Nope.
Yeah. They're way better on coffee. Are you gonna have coffee right now?
No.
Why not? I just bought you coffee. You have to eat it.
It's tempting, but I'd rather go to bed.
I can't go to bed now. I just ate an ice cream sandwich.
It's fine.
So?
Go to bed in 20 minutes then.
No, you're not supposed to like eat.
It's not swimming.
If you eat directly before going to bed,
Nothing is
it's
different.
gonna go right here.
That doesn't work like that.
Yes, it does.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Because there's no like movement to get rid of it if you're just laying in bed.
And the difference between you laying in bed or sitting at a computer is...
I never said sitting on a computer was a good thing to do, but at least in between you get up and walk around.
Yeah, I suppose.
You should eat your chips.
It's tempting.
Do it. Try it.
Not spicy.
You're probably not even gonna notice.
Me? Yeah, I won't even know it.
Like, you're so ridiculous with spicy food. I will be dying. And he's like,
They
what's
do all
wrong
look
with
the
you?
same.
None of this is spicy.
They definitely look the same. Yeah, that's a spicy one.
Didn't even, like, flinch.
I mean,
That's so not interesting.
it's spicy.
You're supposed to freak out.
It's a little hot.
Is it? Good.
It's hot in the...
Yeah! I'm so excited. I should
When
die.
you go to swallow, then it's just kind of like...
And then
it's
you're
really
breathing.
hot.
The breathing doesn't help.
They're pretty hot. It wasn't hot initially, but then it was
Good.
hot.
Good job.
Thanks. So Miss Ice Cream Sandwich, it's your turn to see if you got the fire or you got the cheese. Is it the fire?
But it'll actually kill
or is
me.
it the cheese?
But it'll actually kill me.
Will you get the fire or will you get the cheese?
Is this bag taller than normal?
I don't know. Just they all look the same for reals. You can't even tell. But don't take like a small one. You gotta take a real chip. All right, all right. You can't smell
No
it.
faith.
You know, I don't know faith. Do it. Do it. No, the whole thing. It's the cheese. You would have noticed by now. Okay, take another one. No looking.
I'm not allowed to look. Do I have to do this until I get a bad one?
No, you get 3. How's that?
3?
Yeah, 3.
I don't like this.
Go on. That's number
This is a
2.
crappy game.
So far, you're 1 for 1.
I bought that for you!
Go on.
No!
Yes.
I hate you! What do I do? I need milk.
No, it's not that bad.
I'm dying. I can't breathe. You made me eat the worst thing ever.
No, you took a gamble. Don't gamble, kids.
Hey everybody, I am at my parents' house. I came down here earlier today. My dad picked me up, and this is actually my old bedroom from a long time ago when I first started making YouTube videos back in 2006, which actually next month, August, is going to be 8 years that I've been making YouTube videos. Let's talk about that next month. But I started in this room, and it has since been turned into an office since I moved out. And my father's photography company runs out of here. He took some of these pictures, and there's a really big printer. And but no, young teenage Corey used to sleep here, and I had my belongings and my guitar and my desk and my Star Wars books and my clothes, which was pretty much all I owned in the world, which is a simpler life and probably a better life, better than owning things like cameras which break. And anyways, that's not what I want to talk about. That's rambling. There is a thing that I wanted to share. I'm like smirking and I'm trying to be silly and upbeat, but it's more of a serious topic. Not that it's super serious, don't worry. And I'm going to try not to ramble for too long. You guys know that I like to talk too much. This is a huge topic that we're not going to get into, but there's, with YouTube, very quickly, there is a balance between being honest with your audience when you're a creator, or being positive. And I think for anything, for making art, for any form of expression, even communication, especially communication, when you're living your life and people are like, hey, how you doing? You say, great, I'm good today. Even if things aren't great, you don't be like, well, I'm super upset about this, and this is getting me down, and this thing sucks, and this is great. So I'm a bunch of different emotions depending on what mood you happen to catch me in, even in the same hour. And so we tend to, or I mean, certainly a lot of YouTubers and a lot of vloggers, ourselves included, tend to focus on sharing positive things. And this is a topic that I delve really deeply into in a video that I put up on my channel, like youtube.com/CoreyVidal, last month. It's like the 2.5 hour long video I made. So we're not going to get into that either, but I have noticed that even, you know, I made that video and I was really honest and open in that video, but am not always like, it's not that I'm not honest, it's just that I'm not always sharing or expressing or communicating all of me every day. I don't really think any YouTuber does that, nor would, I don't think people would actually want to watch that as much as you could possibly care about somebody, even your best friends, who you can be the most honest with. You don't necessarily share every single emotion all day, every day, always. You do have friends that you can talk to when you need them. They're there for you, but you don't want to need them all day, every day, permanently, non-stop. And maybe I'm wrong, but I would guess that that's not super healthy for a relationship. I don't know. Anyways, again, I don't want to get too deep into it. The point that I'm trying to make is that I think it's been fairly obvious the past 2014 season 4 of ApprenticeEh. I somewhat see it that way. Like 2011 was felt a certain way, and 12 was a certain way, and 13 was a certain way, and 14 has kind of been a certain way. So season 4 of ApprenticeEh, I think it's been obvious that in some ways I'm in the vlogs less. In a channel that 4 years ago would have been my channel, I always wanted it to be our. When we started ApprenticeEh, you know, and the guys who were helping me make my videos felt like, you know, I'm not a YouTuber. I want to be a YouTuber, but you know, I start with 0 subscribers. You know, nobody knew anybody who was helping with ApprenticeEh. ApprenticeEh very much did become our YouTube channel. Me and the people that work at ApprenticeEh, the people that come and go, and also yours. It's all of our YouTube channel. But in a way, I think it's fairly obvious that I have somewhat withdrawn from that, and you see it when I'm not in vlogs. You see it when, you know, if I'm really positive in a vlog, but you see me on Twitter and I'm tweeting things that are dark or deep or struggle. I tend to be more honest when I'm just like writing out on my phone, and that is a challenge that I think all YouTubers face. Is do you want your content to be positive, or do you want your content to be honest? And it should be a mix of both. And by the way, this is a huge topic of conversation in Vlogumentary. Huge. We asked every single person, every single YouTuber, honest or positive. And people basically unanimously said positive, just so you know. But it's more intricate than that. Anyways, there's just a thing I wanted to share, and it's something that I talk about lightheartedly, and you guys know that I've been struggling with mental health. And it's weird because like I can put on a brave face and talk about mental health, and like I have ADHD, and ADHD is like this, but I'm not vlogging when I'm kind of like falling apart, or when I'm not doing great, or when I don't have answers, or when I get really upset. Generally what I tend to do is I struggle silently, get through it, get over it, get past it, learn, grow by myself, find a positive message, then I turn on the camera days or weeks or months later and say, here's what I've learned. I didn't want to show it to you when I was going through it, because I hate telling a story without a positive ending. So I went through it to myself, got through it, and now here's my positive, here's what I've learned. And I'm kind of aware that that's what I do, and I, in some ways, like that I do that. Because if you watch my YouTube story, part 2, the 2.5 hour video that I made, and you watch the first 2 hours, and you don't watch the last half hour, you miss the point. It's super negative, filled with excuses, and problems, and pain, and whining, and complaining, and that's it. If you don't watch the end, you miss out on the taking responsibility, and the hope, and the positive messages, and the lessons learned. And I feel like that is the most important part. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, it's just how I feel. I just wanted to talk to you guys about that because I feel like, I mean, I've been going through stuff recently, and it's not entirely honest to always say like everything's great, because everything's not always great. And some people don't like that. Some people don't want to see me complain. They only want the positive message, and I kind of agree with them. I look up to Shay, I look up to John and Hank, and you know, to see John having a bad day, or to slip up, or to whatever, or to see Hank be stressed out, or to, you know, to have Shay, I don't know, be so ADHD that I get frustrated about a thing. You know, it sucks when the people that you look up to, when you realize that they're human, and some people don't want to realize that I'm human. They want the positive message only, and then it's my fault because I perpetuate that by only being positive. But then there are other people that say, you know, I look up to you, and whether I want this to be true or not, whether this is cocky or egotistic or douchey or not, I have to admit there are people that look up to ApprenticeEh. There are people that look up to me. And I have to take responsibility, and false humility would to be like, no, nobody does that, no, I'm gonna be humble, I'm not that special, nobody cares, get off my high horse. But it's kind of irresponsible. You know, it's like, I never wanted to be a role model. You hear as like a thing. But sometimes you just got to admit that it's true, whether you want it to be or not. And I don't see, in my day-to-day, trust me, I do not see myself as a role model. Ask anyone in ApprenticeEh, I definitely don't act like it. I really, really don't. But I also have to admit that there are people that watch and look up to us. And sometimes that illusion is shattered when it's like, oh, they're human. Oh, they do really dumb things, or oh, just they're struggling, or they're suffering, or they're having a bad day. And I've been having bad days recently. Not every day. Warped Tour was great, but leading up to VidCon, even at VidCon, kinda, we vlogged the best moments. I don't want to cheapen what depression is to say that I've been depressed. I don't want to cheapen that, but I feel kind of depressed lately. Not clinically, just down, struggling. I want to get through it, and it would not be honest to not share that. I'm trying to figure out who I am. that's kind of been the big question, I think, this whole year, since January, since looking into ADHD, just figuring out who I am. Because I was a person, a very ignorant person, from age 0 to 27, and I still am. But this whole year has just been huge doses of, like, figuring out who I am, defining who I am, knowing who I want to be, and knowing what my plans and goals are. And that being more than just YouTube. Don't worry, I'm not, like, not wanting to be a YouTuber, but I think before I was only thinking about YouTube. Only. Without any real, like, we had plans, like, big plans, Vlogumentary, Buffer Festival. But just knowing who I am as, like, as a friend, and a son, and, like, a boyfriend, or a one day, like a husband one day, like a father, like, one day, is weird. I've kind of been thinking about that. Not thinking about doing that, not thinking about executing that or pulling the trigger on it. Just like, you know, one day I'm probably going to be a father. I don't know, I'm just thinking a bunch, thinking too much. Getting older. I'm so young. I'm so super young. I'm just thinking about, like, life and mortality, and one day we're all gonna die. Like, really, like, super dark stuff, and knowing where I fit in, and what I'm gonna leave behind, and what's important. You know, when I live my life day to day, acting like certain things are important, what's really important 100 years from now? One thing that they talk about in a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is what's important at your funeral. And the answer, of course, is people. It's so obvious that the answer is people. Much more so than any of the projects, any of the traveling, any of the... I don't know. Anyways, I'm rambling. I'm gonna stop. There's a lot more. I could go on about this for months, which I have. But I want to vlog. I don't know if you... I know some of you guys skip this stuff or whatever, but, like, I don't know. It's nice to talk, and every time I talk, I know I talk too much. I almost just want to, like, have a vlog channel where it's just me talking for, like, 10 minutes a day. Like, I'm not gonna do that. We have a vlog channel. It's this. But if I do this more often, that might just happen. And maybe you just skip through it if you don't want to hear it. I don't know. It's my vlogs. I can do whatever I want. It's our vlogs. Remember. So yeah, I don't know, just sharing. YouTube is supposed to be a place where I can share and be myself. And when I'm not liking myself, when I am embarrassed or scared or hurt or upset, I'm not turning the camera on. I haven't been. And I'm in the vlogs less. And I feel less connected to you guys, and I'm sure you guys feel less connected to me. And I don't want that to be the case. It's just hard to reach out. So yeah. I don't know, there's a bunch of rambling, and I'm gonna go to sleep in my old room on a mattress on the floor, because there's not a proper bed in here, but that's okay. I'm at my parents' house, and it was nice to talk to them. So yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. It's like 1 in the morning or something, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Give me daily vlogs, I want them in my subscription box. I wonder who might drop by, even though sometimes it's Canada outside. So don't go away, we're here every day. It's not ApprenticeEh, it's ApprenticeEh. Hey, 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 hey. Home is where the vlog is.